feel a thing. Close your eyes, hold it rolling Novocaine. Love don't get us back, love don't get us back. Love don't get us back, love don't get us back. I know.
Morning, everyone. Beautiful day today. It's Sunday, May 24th, and momentous occasion, I guess. We are headed back to work on Tuesday, May 27th. The issue right now is that the state is only allowing us to work at 50% capacity. What this means is for many of you who have appointments, currently we are actually calling to see if you would either like them moved or kept. Like I say, some of you have already been contacted. As the state relaxes more of the policies and restrictions, we'll start to get back up to speed. For those of you who missed your appointments for the last couple months, basically, you will be contacted as slots become available, and it's kind of a juggling act right now, a little bit tough, but we're trying to manage that as best we can. So be patient. Thanks for being our patient. Dates on that as time progresses, but right now just know that we are struggling to really kind of accommodate everybody, and it's a new normal for everyone, and so we're going to do our best to see what we can do for you. So, okay. Going forward, especially beginning on Tuesday, we are going to be instituting a specific protocol for entry into the office. First of all, we will assume that many of you have created portal accounts. If you have not, or if you desire not to, again, you will be notified of such, and so we should know at this point who does and who does not want a portal account. Know this about the portal account is that it does provide a touchless means for us to communicate. It is an important part of preventing the spread of this virus. So make every effort to get on there and create your portal account so that you can access these documents when they become available. Also know that the documents will become available 1 day prior to your appointment. These documents are COVID related, and we're trying to do our best to screen people and patients that may have been exposed, may have symptoms, may have traveled. So again, we're trying to do our part to really not spread this virus and see if we can keep the curve low, and in this case, prevent shutdowns again. Let's talk about your entry to the office, your first appointment back. What we'd like you to do first when you arrive is give our office a call, and Janelle or Michelle will pick up, and at that point they'll direct you to either come into the office. The doors will be locked, by the way, and but they will unlock them for you. What we're trying to do is basically have no patients in the reception area when you come. So all patients are escorted to the back operatories for treatment. And the first thing that we will ask you to do is clean your hands with a hand sanitizer, which we will provide. One of the most important things also is please wear a mask. Then you will be directed to place your finger through the shield opening. Oxygen saturation level will be taken with a pulse oximeter. Simple. The next thing that will be asked for is your temperature, and we will ask you to step aside from the shield and in the line of sight of the IR thermometer. At that point, it will be directed to your forehead and taken, and that again is very, very quick. At that point, the clinical staff will have been notified that you are presently in the office, and someone will be up to get you fairly quickly. When the clinical staff comes to greet you, they will take you back to your operatory, and things will proceed fairly normally. blood pressure taken, any to your COVID screening form will be repeated. I know this may sound redundant, and it is, but we just want to ensure that that the questions were understood and answered. Or in this case, if we get no check marks, no positive check marks on the initial screening form, that's a good sign that all is well and good to go. One of the things we are doing is having you rinse with a hydrogen peroxide 1.5% solution. This is in an effort to reduce both viral and bacterial counts in your mouth, and because since we'll be working in there and creating aerosols, if we are doing any kind of drilling or so, we want to keep the counts very low, and hence the rinse, we will ask you to not only rinse but also gargle with a rinse and then spit out. We will not ask you to swallow it. The process and procedure starts as normal. We will be fully masked and garbed, and we are using N95 masks. In addition, we are using an additional mask over the N95 to protect the N95 since they are a precious resource at this time. We've also created some of our PPE ourselves with the aid of patients who came to the fore and printed, in this case it was headgear for face plates, or for face shields rather, and I have to give a big shout out to Ryan Trollinger for doing so. Thank you, Ryan. Without much further ado, let's go through a little demonstration of how the process of checking in and getting seated into the operatory will work. Let's roll it.
Thank you for calling ADQ Dental Associates. This is Janelle. How can I help you? Oh, hi, Eric. Okay, are you here? Did you remember to wear a mask? Okay, wonderful. As soon as I'm able to, I'll unlock the front door and let you in. Okay, thank you.
Now you wait at the front door until somebody comes. You will get a spritz of hand sanitizer, and your oxygen saturation level will be taken. And now your temperature will be taken with an IR thermometer. Our clinical staff will come to get you and escort you into the operatory. She will now prepare a mixture of hydrogen peroxide and water. This is to reduce the bacterial load in your mouth and also the viral load. Now from here on out, everything else will be the same. We'll take blood pressure and fill out some consent forms, and away we go. One of the things that you will notice is that the office operatories are pretty much devoid of any thing on their surfaces now. We were always pretty good about that, but we are going one step beyond and ensuring that that there are no objects that can be contaminated and touched at a later time. One of the other things you will notice, especially in the hygiene operatories currently, is that there are air purification units in each of those operatories, or is air purification units that will handle the aerosols, and those should be arriving within about another week or two. My operatories do have plastic curtains, strip curtains on them to prevent the egress and ingress of aerosols to the other parts of the office. The hygienist currently will not be using ultrasonic scaling procedures, and thus preventing the creation of aerosols in their rooms. The ultrasonic cleaners are the highest producer of aerosols, and therefore we want to keep that to a minimum at this time. leave rooms static, so to speak, after a patient visit for at least an hour. We are using defoggers that will render the aerosols produced virus-free. The respiratory transmission of this virus, and hence our concerns for the aerosols and any production thereof. So we're doing our best to try to keep that to a bare minimum. To that effect, you will see your hygienist using something that looks like a little leaf in your mouth that uses the high volume evacuation system instead of the little tube that they have you hold sometimes. You will have the leaf present in your mouth now that will evacuate much more efficiently than that little tube. And in our operatories, when we are doing procedures, we will use a product known as an Isolite that is a little more like a leaf on steroids, that has a little bite block that also will kind of support your jaw so you won't get tired during the procedures. So we're doing our best at the point of source to reduce aerosols that might go into the air in the operatories. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the creation of your portal account, because I know a few people had some issues with creation of the account, and as such I'm going to go through a slower process, so to speak, a slower demonstration of how to create that account. The most critical thing is that you recognize your email address and any capitalizations, any lowercase, any special characters, so on and so forth, so that you are successful first time out. And I'll show you that in just a moment. In portal creation, it all begins on our side, and what's most important is your email address, your zip code, and your date of birth. We need up-to-date information for all of those. Make sure that you haven't been born twice or 3 times. And most important is the email address. We are going to, as a policy, place these all in lowercase so that there's no ambiguities. What we discovered with some patients is that there was a mix of upper and lower case that created issues for their signing on to the portal. Next step is to send you a login email, and make sure that you do request that, because you cannot go directly to the portal initially via our website. And but that will be a secondary means of going to the portal once you've created your account. Once the login email has been sent, check your inbox. The title states that it comes from ABQ Dental Associates, which is true, but in reality Curve Dental, the practice management software, is sending it. So ensure that your spam filters are allowing curvedental.com emails to come through. Note that this email has a log me in link that will then take you to your portal creation dialog screen. Once you click the link, you will be presented with the dialog screen to create your portal account. What is most important to notice is that the fields, birth date, zip code, and especially your email are checked thoroughly for accuracy. This has been the cause for most of the issues that people have had. Fill out the appropriate fields, again checking your email address for accuracy, both upper and lower case, and birth date will be in a particular format that the system does require. Apply your 5-digit zip code, and then create a new password that you would use and know and keep for the future logins and all. Once your portal account has been created, you will then be taken to a login screen where you will enter both email and the newly created password. Click the login button and you will be taken to the portal itself. From there you can disseminate whether you have forms to fill out or appointments to check, or any other things like educational videos. There's a number of educational videos that you may want to look at regarding different procedures. Once you log out of the portal, you'll again be taken to the login screen by default. Once you've created your portal account, is to access the portal through our website. Please know that you cannot do this until you have created your portal account. Again, this is where some issues have come up. Patients will go to this link and will not be able to go into the account. So first create your account. And mostly I just want to thank you for being our patients. Many of you for many years, almost from the day I started practice. And it's much appreciated to know that many of you have weathered this practice's many ups, downs, and in this case, well, I don't know what we'll call this, but this has been an interesting time. But again, I thank you for your patronage, for your loyalty. We are trying to do our best to take care of all of you, and we just want to make sure that we're doing the right things. So it took us a little longer to open than some practices did. We waited a week before we were absolutely positively sure that things could be safe, and we're safe. So again, welcome back. It's going to be a new normal. I hate saying that, but I guess it is. Nonetheless, we'll make it normal. You know, we had the HIV/AIDS epidemic years ago. We weathered that. I think the biggest issue that we have with this one is the procurement of PPE. That's been the hardest thing to find. So at this point, we're set for quite a few months, and I think we're good to go. So welcome back again. It would be nice to see all your smiling faces here shortly. And if you have any questions, please direct them to me personally, and I'll put my email and cell phone number there, and also Janelle. Or even the other staff. I mean, if you feel very comfortable with the other staff and you want to ask some questions, they've been well versed in our procedures, what we're doing to mitigate all this. And if you have any friends, relatives that are in need of dental care, we'd love to see them as well. So, folks, take care. We'll see you soon, and stay healthy.
Hi everybody, this is Michelle from ABQ Dental Associates. Dr. Dan wanted us to shoot like a little mini video reaching out to all you wonderful patients. So that meant I had to put down the Easter candy, turn off Facebook, get out of my pajamas, take a shower, find my makeup, and put some on. But here I am. I hope everyone's doing really well during these crazy times. We miss you. We can't wait to see your smiling faces, and hopefully things start to become normal and we can get patients scheduled. In the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy and take care.